This reminds me of actually the first ever episode I had with Lee Niven. He was really, really impressive early doors. There's another crash. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Traxion channel. It's Sunday, it is the 21st episode of my Race Driver Grid series, and we have a very pretty Aston Martin that needs to be driven. So I'm going to go and drive it. So we're going to be continuing with the Global Racing League this week. Obviously last week we took home the gold trophy in the Pro Tune Championship in our Skyline, which was easier than I expected after the first round. We also had the gold, of course, the week before in Formula 3. So I thought after seeing how beautiful that Aston Martin looked in our new livery, we would do the GT1 Brembo World GT Championship in our Aston Martin DBR9, which is just gorgeous in every single way. So I cannot wait. We've got a new teammate as well. Sassy Muller is no more. So let's see how our new Irish teammate gets on. As expected, we've got 5 races to contend with: Washington, Shibuya, Istanbul Park, Jarama and Long Beach. And it's going to be £3 million for the championship victory. That doesn't really matter anymore though, because as you know, we are fairly loaded. We've got a lot of money. Let's jump into the series and see how we do. Okay, Washington once again. I think it's the 3rd or 4th championship in a row that we've raced around Washington. We're going to start off with the chase cam and see how we get on. I expect this series to be very competitive. So heading into turn 1, it's this familiar layout, I think. I don't know if it's the long one or the short one. I've already crashed into the back of someone. We're going to try and keep the car clean as well in terms of damage, just so I can keep the pace up throughout the entire race. We're on the outside of the Celine, but we're cut off there, so it's still P7. Again, I've got to think my way through this because the AI are going to be crazy and I don't have any restarts. No flashbacks. Okay, we're going. Oh, it's the full loop, so that is not so good because I don't know this one nearly as well, but we will try our best.
I'm right behind you.
First time we've heard David Dempsey. He's right behind us in the other Aston Martin. My car's already scraped up after that first corner incident. Oh, over the grass. Someone else has spun off in front of me. That is continuing the theme of the last episode. I'm actually concentrating really hard, basically hot lapping at this stage, just trying to be as quick as possible, smooth as possible. But this is not an easy car to drive. The GT1s never have been in this game, to be honest. Oh, big crash for another Celine ahead of me. I've crashed into it, unfortunately, but that is P5. Picked up a little bit of damage there, quite a lot of damage, but hopefully it's just mainly cosmetic. We'll have to wait and see. But that is P5, and a lot of money has been thrown away with Lamborghini and Celine's crashing. I've lost my steering over the debris. Oh, David Dempsey's got past. I've got the inside line. Oh, he's actually going to go around the outside.
Your teammate's right in front of you.
The thing is, I know a bit more about this game now than I did 10 or so episodes ago, and I know that sometimes you got to accept the loss and pick up your points on the circuits you're strong at. And I know we've got Istanbul, Jarama coming up, 2 tracks that I expect to win on, and I've just got to do the business on the other circuits. 6th place is not great, but as we saw last week, I can still win a championship with a 6th place finish in race 1. That was a bit of air there. Oh, yeah, I have slowed up ahead. David Dempsey's up to P4. Okay, we could still pick up another position here if these guys stay close, but there's only 1 corner to go. And I just don't really have the pace. I'm actually under pressure. Okay, last corner's done. It's going to be P6.
Nice driving. Now kick it up a notch.
Kent Murphy takes the win with David Dempsey 2nd and Aki Dekaba in 3rd place. So, well, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't mean anything to me right now because I don't know how quick all of these drivers are going to be in the rest of the championship. So let's just continue on and see where we're at a bit later on.
Get past this guy and you'll be out in front. It's that simple.
I'm very curious to see how Shibuya is in the GT1 class because we've only ever done the Pro Tune cars around Shibuya. The lights are pink, that's nice. Very Traxion. Okay, I'm starting right at the back as well, so I'm going to try and keep out of trouble, which is already impossible. I'm being pinballed around. But I do like this circuit. I don't really know it, but I feel like I can get an okay result here. Let's wait and see. Oops. it's so slow speed in these cars, and they've got so much power that it's really difficult to not spin up the tyres or anything. And it's not pile up as expected.
Someone spun out. Looks like it's Alan Roberts.
As soon as I put the throttle down, the car just spits sideways, but not in a natural way that I can actually control it like I normally would. Obviously, chase cam makes it harder with a wheel as well, very difficult combination, but we tell you what, let's go back.
Now in ninth.
Let's try a different camera angle, just to see how it changes things. How's the cockpit looking? We'll give it a go. I think what we really need for a circuit like this is traction control, to be honest, because the traction control in this game is kind of necessary with cars like this to keep the speed up. Normally, you can go a bit faster if you turn it off, if you're able to control it properly, but it's not quite that simple with this old game. And I've got no pace at all. I'm way down in ninth. A little bit of an incident through the last corner. That's going to be another couple of positions, is it? Yes, it is. P7 though. It's not exactly something to shout about. 1 lap left. And it's not looking good.
Third place. I can taste that podium victory.
My teammate's doing a good job, but then that means he's going to be miles ahead of me in the championship with 3 rounds to go. I'm going to have to win every race, I think, towards the end of this season, all 3 of them.
Driver is out in a crash on the track.
That's helpful. That's P6. I can see P5. So that's this last lap, I should say, has actually been a little bit helpful.
Second place went to your teammate.
Okay, that race over. Dempsey finishes second. It's another P6 for me.
Push a little harder.
It's distinctly average, let's put it that way. This time it's Yoshioka taking the win for Rising Sea Racing, with David Dempsey second and Daikaba third. So consistency from those guys, Rising Sea Racing specifically, doing a very, very good job. All of that means that my teammate David Dempsey is actually leading the championship on 36 points ahead of Aki. So, I mean, I'm 16 points behind. He's got almost double the amount of points as me, but 2 wins in the next 2 races and I can turn this around. And I think it's possible. Long Beach might be a tricky one, but the next 2 races, I'm telling you now, I'm going to win them. I'm very determined.
This driver's on form. Show him what you got.
Okay, Istanbul Park. If I don't win this, then there's no hope. Like, this needs to be won. And actually, I say that, it's reverse Istanbul Park. I'm going the wrong way down the pit straight right now, so I take everything I've just said back. This is a new experience, new circuit, and there are no guarantees whatsoever when it comes to the position, especially when I'm starting from last in this unpredictable Aston Martin. Try and sneak down the inside. That's up to P10. Only 9 cars left. Oh, this corner is epic in reverse. Flat out left-hand kink. And it should be...
I'm in second place.
Oh, it's the short Istanbul. Okay, I thought it was going to be the full Istanbul, so I was not ready for that right-hander. Teammate up in second again already. So
Okay, you've got 10th place.
that is not good for the championship. Good for our team. Not good for that Lamborghini either. Dear me.
I'm out in front. Yeah.
Okay, I like David a lot more than Joachim on the radio. He's far more entertaining. Into the first corner, which is actually the last corner. That was pretty good for a first go. 9th place. Pace doesn't look great. Confidence is just getting lower and lower by the lap in this championship.
It looks like a driver has spun out. That's Alex Price.
Okay, onto the last lap.
Okay, you're
Still in
coming up on
P8.
your last lap.
This championship, I'd say this is going to be even harder to win than the Touring Car Championship. I'm feeling a bit confident when it comes to that one, because I think I'll be able to jump back in there and do an okay job. My pace wasn't too bad in that championship, and I can also try a different car as well. I can try the Lassetti, but this is going to be tough, and I expected GT1 to be difficult because it was never the easiest championship in the first place. But, I mean, trying to compete against the hardest AI, very difficult indeed. Celine has just spun off. That is every single lap of this race, all 3, the person in front of me spun off on that corner. It's just ridiculous. Into the last section.
Because I just won.
David Dempsey takes another win, and I'm going to finish 7th this time, even worse than before.
Nice driving. Now kick it up a notch.
That pre-race confidence was so heavily misplaced. 2 wins for David Dempsey. This time the 2 Rising Sea cars were 3rd and 4th, so they are staying high up in the standings. Tom Rockford's come back well from a DNF to finish 2nd. He's actually a name that a lot of people in the comments said I should look at as a teammate. So I'll definitely keep an eye on Tom Rockford, but David Dempsey's doing a very good job. Probably too good a job right now. And in the standings, I'm down in 7th, half of the points of David Dempsey. Half. It's not happening. My focus has shifted from winning this championship to just gaining some experience and giving myself some hope that next time I'll be able to do it. That's one good thing about an overperforming teammate. Lots of sponsorship money, so at least he's holding up his end of the bargain well. Can I win a race in this episode? That's going to be the new thing. Can I win just one race?
Follow this driver's lead on this course, then overtake him.
Okay, Jarama, normally I would be super confident, and I'd be saying a win is on the cards. I think it might be. I still think it could be, because I do know this circuit. I just need to avoid the AI chaos, I think, in the first few corners, because I'm being held up a lot by slow traffic right at the start, and I'm instantly losing lots of ground. So, if I can try and sneak down the inside of the pack here, not get held up by anyone, watch the wheel spin. That was far nicer. Down the inside of the Virgin Celine, a bit of contact. And this is a track that suits this car, and you can see already I'm up into P4. Dempsey leading once more, but this is a race I can win, for sure. Oh, spinner in front of me, what a massive surprise that is.
Looking a little funny there.
And it's a 1-2 between myself and David. And even now, look how quick David Dempsey is. On a track I know well, he's just driving away from me at the front.
You're closing the gap. Right now, only 3 seconds separate you in first place.
I was a lot closer earlier on in the lap, so that is not good. That was very wide as well, as per usual in Jarama turn 1. Never get it right. I need to have another look and see what David Dempsey's speciality is, because if his speciality is not GT racing, I just may have hired someone who's too good. I mean, I hope this is a speciality, because he is absolutely crushing everyone, and even on the track that I would normally be super confident at, he's crushing me as well. And that means I can't win the championships. If I've got a teammate who's going to beat me every time, there's nothing I can do. And then I'm going to be in a very difficult position where I might be having to fire someone for being too good, having fired many people for not being good enough. I'm not going to be the greatest team boss in history, based on my career in this game.
You're on your last lap.
One final push. Okay, can we make an apex? Much better. Try and get the power down, stayed in a higher gear. Still lost a bit of time. Just fire it into this section very fast. Stay in third. Wheel spin down to second. Hit the curb on the power, watch the wheel spin again. Miles ahead of third place, yet still the gap continues to grow. Have I met my match here? Have I just been demoted to number 2 driver within Rig Racing? I genuinely think I might have been. It's not good.
That was great driving. You took second.
Final gap between the front two, 4.92 seconds. Far too much, considering I was in second halfway around the first lap. I just do not have his pace. Rising Sea take 3rd and 4th again, so another good result for them. And then Tom Rockford 5th and Chet Miller 6th for Speed California. So, I mean, at least it's probably the first 1-2 Rig Racing I've had in quite a while.
Keep ahead of this guy. He's right behind you in the standings.
Okay, finale at Long Beach. If I didn't win Jarama, there's no way I'm winning this. So 9th position on the grid. David Dempsey alongside me in 8th. That might be my hope, actually. Not a great start as usual. I definitely need to clean this Aston Martin. It's really annoying me that it's all scratched up. That's definitely not going to help the scratches. I mean, at the end of the day, it would be hard enough winning this championship without David Dempsey. I mean, right now I'd still be in 3rd place in the standings if he was nowhere. But it just makes it impossible. Oh, spinner in front. Ow, that was a massive crash! What on earth was that? That was huge. That was like intro to race driver, not race driver, that's like the intro to the first Toka race driver game. Insane. Nail the apex through turn 1. Oh, of course you are, David. Look at you. Trying to pick my way through. That's another position. P7. This reminds me of actually the first ever episode I had with Lee Niven. He was really, really impressive early doors. There's another crash. Did I just jump over the top of him?
Okay, you've taken over 6th place.
I swear I just went straight over the top of the car that had spun. I was trying to go around the outside. Okay, this race has had its own form of entertainment, I guess. Try and go down the inside there. That's P5.
You beat the lap record.
4.6 seconds off the lead. I bet you David Dempsey's going to win this race. I'm telling you right now. He's going to win it. Once again, nailing turn 1. I feel like a sim racer. But there's nothing I can do. Oh, nice. The physics in this game are just so weird, but when you do actually just nail a lap as good as you think you can do it, it still gives you a really good feeling, but it just doesn't happen very often, let's be honest. That was a bit of falling debris. Let's take this kink flat out. Celine in front of me is probably going to spin off. No. Yep. Predictable. Dempsey's up to 2nd. I still reckon he's going to win this race. Out of the last chicane. Looks like Dempsey might not win this one.
2nd place went to your teammate.
P2. P4 for me, so my best result.
But you missed a podium finish.
I mean, that race was mental, wasn't it? Guys, I'm just looking at the replay of that incident on the last lap, or the 2nd lap, sorry. And, yeah, look at this. I've just jumped straight over that, Celine. Look at that. I think I actually went through his roof. Of course, if it's not David Dempsey winning, it's one of the Rising Sea Racing cars. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the first 4 in the championship. And that series, again, was a wake-up call, because usually when I lose in a championship, I kind of feel like there's some hope if I do it again. That one makes me nervous with David Dempsey, so I need to go and find out more about this guy. Before we do, though, there's the final standings. David Dempsey 94 points, the 2 Rising Sea cars in 78 and 74, and I am in 4th position with 60 points. So, I mean, top 4 in the championship's still not that bad, but it's just not what I need right now. I need to win every single championship. In other news, I have hit 4 million reputation, which isn't really relevant anymore, but it's a nice number to hit, so maybe we'll have 5 million by the end of the series. I'm so irritated at the fact that when I washed this car, it didn't actually save it, so I'm going to wash it again, get rid of all the scratches so that next time we drive it, it's going to look very pretty again. Oh, okay, thank goodness. David Dempsey's speciality is GT1, so I'm a bit calmer now. He's not going to be necessarily that good in every single championship, because then we'd be in trouble. If that's his speciality, I can cope with it. We're just going to have to do the other championships with David Dempsey as a teammate. Hopefully he's a brilliant number 2 in that, and then when it comes to GT1, I might need to get rid of him, but don't tell him that. So with all of that in mind, that is going to bring to an end the 21st episode, and I'm really sorry I didn't bring you guys home a championship or a win or even a hint of anything like that, but the last race at least delivered some crazy moments, so that was nice, and my teammate is very good, and I feel like I should be happy for him, but I'm also annoyed by it, but I am genuinely quite happy for him. So it's mixed emotions, let's be honest. Hopefully by next week I'll be feeling a little bit better, and if you want to catch next week's episode, make sure of course you subscribe to the Traxion channel and hit the notification bell. Now I know most of you guys are already subscribed and that is amazing, but there are still a few of you watching these videos that are not subscribed to the channel, so I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, because we have racing content of all kinds of things. Obviously Grid Legends is just released, so we have content on Grid Legends, Gran Turismo 7 coming very soon as well, and of course ACC PS5. It's been a mental week for the channel, so hopefully you're enjoying that stuff. Thank you so much as always for watching, keep it pinned, and have a great day.